Newly released court documents reveal the items seized from suspect Bryan Kohberger's Washington State apartment. As authorities continue to search for a possible motive and murder weapon in the killing of University of Idaho students Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Gonsalves, and Madison Mogan. Prosecutors allege 28-year-old Kohberger stabbed all four to death in the early morning hours of November 13th. According to the documents, the day of his arrest at his family's home in Pennsylvania, authorities were thousands of miles away, scouring the criminology student's apartment, combing for digital clues and DNA evidence. That search yielding a laundry list of items, including a chemical-resistant black glove, multiple hair strands, including possible animal hair, cuttings from an uncased pillow of a reddish-brown stain, and a dark red spot. They also seized electronics. The potential evidence is Kohberger's legal team is shaping his defense after they asked to push his next preliminary hearing to June. Kohberger has yet to formally enter a plea, but told his previous lawyer he believes he will be exonerated.
The defense is likely to start attacking all of those individual strands of evidence.
In the newly unsealed documents, prosecutors arguing it is probable that Kohberger went home after the murders, noting that the murder scene contained a significant amount of blood from the victims, adding it is likely that he still had blood or other trace evidence on his person. Also noting that Kaylee Gonsalves owned a dog, which may explain why they were looking for animal hair in his apartment. According to the documents, authorities also applied to search Kohberger's office at Washington State University, where he was a teaching assistant and pursuing his PhD in criminology. No items were listed as recovered from that scene. The victim's family is waiting months more for the next day in court.
What we can focus on is this individual and finding every piece of evidence. It all needs to come out. It all has to be clear.
These latest court documents potentially add to evidence investigators have already laid out. In a previous charging document, they said they recovered DNA at the scene that they've matched to Kohberger and video surveillance allegedly showing his Hyundai Elantra in the area that night. Savannah?
All right, Erin, thank you. And joining us now, NBC senior legal correspondent Laura Jarrett. Laura, good morning.
Laura,
good morning, guys.
What is jumping out to you? There's some new evidence in the case. They found at his house. What are you keeping your eye on?
A couple big things here. Number one being this computer tower, right? We all leave a digital footprint in this day and age. Investigators want to comb through that. I'm sure they have by now. And they want to try to figure out what, if any, planning took place here. Because remember, for lawyers and prosecutors, the key is, can they show he planned this? Can they show intent? That's key for first-degree murder, which is one of the charges he's facing. The computer tower could be a particular area of interest. The other one is this piece of possible animal hair. Why is that interesting? Because we know one of the victims shared a dog with her boyfriend. We know the dog was at the scene of the crime. If they can connect the animal hair to his home where they executed the search warrant, that could be key. The last and final one is this possible blood stain that they found on the mattress covers, on the pillowcases. They want to know what, if anything, again, is there. We do not know the results of any of this, I should say. We know that they found it, but we do not know that this is actually connected yet to Kohberger.
It's interesting, too, because this search takes place December 30th, 6 weeks after the murders. I think around the same day that his arrest was conducted. So, you know, this is a criminology student. Presumably, he knows something about cleaning up after his tracks if he really is the suspect here.
And that's what you're going to hear prosecutors, I bet, try to harp on that, right? And it's the same reason they're going to try to say, don't worry about the fact that we haven't found the murder weapon, right? That's the other missing thing here is they have the knife sheath, what they believe was used. They have a piece of DNA on it, but they don't actually have the knife. The knife is obviously the thing that could link him if they can find it, but it could be anywhere between Washington and Pennsylvania for all we know.
Has there been any connection between him and the victims that police have been able to find out?
That's one of the huge things, that one of the unanswered questions, one of the things we're pressing for reporting on, and why the computer tower could be key, because we need to understand, were they targeted? Had he tried to outreach, make some sort of overtures to them before? That's one of the missing puzzle pieces we're still looking for.
All right, Laura, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.